That's a crazy shit. Anyway, that said, you guys are if you recall, as you guys are flying towards the cluster, that you had a vision from the time.
But yeah, the lady showed up and I was like, ooh, where are we going? And she shot a beam in my head.
And she shot a beam into your head. Just so you know, the time rocket is a energy just like time. Okay?
There's already pictures of
Hi,
Tyler
Rick.
on the...
Hey, Rick, what's up?
Hey, hour and 22 minutes.
Is it?
Hey.
This is what make that head really bad.
The fuck? What is it?
Alright.
Break frog! Oh, break frog, you look a little sleepy there.
I'm like, I'm gonna need to take you out, man.
No, it's all good. You're a bad.
You're not even the original Birdman anymore. Now you're like.
Alright.
Your humanity's so high.
Screen capture.
Jerk might not be like, I'm not just gonna shoot a
I need to put the
myself.
thing where you can click it, click something, screen capture.
What you saw was this. I'm going to describe it to you. You can see all these ships going between the cluster of 20,000 planets. They're landing on worlds, and their people are, the Divine Order is rounding people up and killing them. So many, like in your vision, you see this, judge. You know how the judges of the Divine Order wear red robes and stuff? You notice that he's looking at all these, papers, and he's like, the Divine Shadow has found you guilty. Guilty, 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 guilty. And he's just flipping through pages. Guilty, guilty, guilty. As he's just looking around, you can see people running behind him and screaming as these Divine Order members are running around him. And he's just like, guilty, you are guilty of treason, guilty, 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 guilty. As you see people running by, screaming, laser blasts are going off. And you suddenly see a cleric in purple robe. Take my life, Divine Shadow! I give it to you! Take my life! You see, as people are being killed, there are small little robots that are going around collecting all the flesh. All these robots are going around the Divine Cluster, collecting all the flesh. And it is being put into storage containers. And you notice it's being shipped towards the main cluster planet. Okay, the main capital of the Divine Shadow, where all of it is put over into this giant hole that leaks down, and you notice this giant purple brain in the center of this chasm, okay? And all the protein liquid is going into the brain. And, you see the judge as he's reading off, guilty, 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 guilty. Suddenly, you notice that there's a divine cleric behind him who's like, you're guilty! And he slams his blade into the guy's neck, and blood sprays, and he falls down. And the time rocket continues to just go over. It's like the Giga Shadow fed itself through the blood of lives, billions of people.
Oh,
and all organic matter was taken from the planets. And you can see in your vision this one lone guy who's, running. There's you can see a screen behind him where a cleric's just screaming, I give my life to the Divine Shadow! And this guy's haggard, he's got, blood stains on him. He's wearing this orange uniform and he's running through. And you can see two of those Gumbies coming around the corner as he gets stuck there's a door in front of him that won't open. And they suddenly shoot these stun rays at him. He falls back, like a dead possum, And this robot comes over him. and tears all his flesh off and spits all the bones out. And the last organic in this vision, its essence is fed to the Giga Shadow. And you notice the two Gumby robots suddenly just turn on their disintegrators, point them right at their head, and disintegrate themselves. And then you can see 13 clerics of the Divine Order. 13 of them that are walking in a procession. And you can hear the voice of the Divine Shadow. And it says, the Giga Shadow is the end. And the clerics mutter, and it is the beginning. You notice that they come before this giant Pac-Man-like shaped key. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It's like a piece of cake with a white eye on it. It's made of purple metal. And you hear one of the clerics go, the life of a single man is worth the sacrifice of the Giga Shadow. And he puts his head in between it. There's a brilliant light, and his head comes off, and his body falls to the floor. All the clerics take small daggers and point them at each other's necks as they're all in a circle around this guy that has a brain, and it looks like one of the divine predecessors' brain. Perhaps it's divine shadow himself, we don't know. And you notice that this old cleric with like a white beard is just sitting there, and he goes, brothers, it is not our place to question the divine shadow's decision to become the Giga Shadow at the end of our lives. And then one of the clerics suddenly grabs his hand and says, no! The Giga Shadow must not be! He throws the guy back, and he goes to grab like this key, because they're about to put this key in the dice. Because at first, this cleric puts a key in, and the Giga Shadow brain starts moving off. He grabs the key from the guy and throws it in there, and they push him through a force field, and the guy's angry. Okay? And you notice all the clerics are suddenly fighting. Like half the clerics have decided that the Giga Shadow must not be because it destroyed all humanity. And the others are just fanatics. And you can see one by one they're all killing each other with, sword blades and knives, stabbing each other out. And you see this, last cleric, as one of the clerics is pulling out the key so that the days can raise upwards into the Giga Shadow, he stabs him in the back. And then the old man with the gray beard and purple robe stabs him in the back. He manages to just barely climb onto the dais, and he can hear the divine shadow, no! Kill him! Stop him! And the old cleric's just stabbing this guy in the back multiple times. He's like, no! The Giga Shadow must not be! He throws the bearded cleric off, who falls, hundreds of feet down, and the dais is just raising up towards the sky. There's a giant brain above it. And you can hear the brain talking to the cleric. He's like, no, the ceremony must take place. The Giga Shadow must be. And the cleric grabs the brain. He's like, never! Rips it off the dais and falls down through a bunch of clouds. And you can hear the time drop in your mind. That day, all 13 clerics perish, good and bad. And the Giga Shadow awaits its resurrection. So you realize, that all planet, all life in the cosmos is wiped out.
Damn. Well, no longer have to worry about those people trying to kill me anymore.
Except for the fact that you have to go back to the Divine Place to get the proto-blood that I need to survive.
And
that seems, if you have it at will, you know that happened while you guys were flying through space. That's what
that was the vision that only I had.
Only you had. The time project only gave you the vision.
Only I have the access to this information.
You do have the access to this information.
I just wonder.
Oh, by the way, Will, just so you know, not to, toot my own horn or anything, you also know that all the vinyl Zeros with him would be left completely unattended on the capital planet.
Oh my.
Oh, no, he's not tooting his own horn, he's playing a fucking saxophone. Saxophone much? That's a hell of a horn you're tooting.
If that's to be believed, the entire Divine Order is extinct, dude.
Well, all of the believers, all the heretics still get life.
Well, it looks like the entire planet, all of the 20,000 planets, their population was wiped out.
Right, but there was planets that were in rebellion, so.
Sure, there were planets in rebellion.
Get out of here, Cat.
So, real quick, Rick Frog, what'd you learn last week?
Didn't we do this last week already?
Did I give you your experience last week?
Yeah, you kind
I
of
did.
did, Rob. So you've been giving
No,
everybody.
not everybody, just people who might be out. And I gave people the additional reward who managed to get their story goals. Okay, well, that's where we're at, Rick. Just so you know, since you're jumping in now. We just got to this point where I gave Will the time hop vision that, you said that she was a dick for fucking,
I'm gonna be right there, guys.
not letting you off the planet right away, 15 minutes to die and everything.
Yep.
So,
That was wonderful.
so I guess the question is, Will, what are you doing with this information?
Holding on to it.
Snot man.
Okay.
I'm
Tip my
immediately
attitude.
as we're getting closer and closer to the cluster. I'm not like, oh guys, everybody there is dead. I'm not saying.
Okay.
Wait.
You know what? As we get closer to the cluster, the Lex is suddenly getting a communication, and Stan looks over and he's like, yeah, Lex, keep that on the screen.
There's nobody out
And you see this girl in a black military uniform that you seem to see is your mother, okay, standing next to your father who's smiling joyously. Hello, welcome to the Divine Cluster. This outpost has been heard.
Wonderful to see you.
It repeats. Hello, welcome to Divine Cluster. This outpost has been heard.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
That is the only message that's constantly coming up, and as you're getting closer, into the planet, multiple of these messages are coming up. You see Divine Clarity is welcome to the world of Brennan. This cluster has been cleansed by the divine water. And then kills himself, on screen by just drawing a blade across his throat and falling over.
Well, I guess it's time to repopulate.
Yes,
Well,
gentlemen, there is something I do need to inform you of. Stanley, did you have any families in the cluster that you cared about?
No, I didn't have any family. What about you, Zeb? And she's like, I had parents. She looks kind of sad,
I
downcast.
look her dead in the face and I go, they are most likely dead.
Well, Zeb breaks up crying on the bridge.
Fucking nasty. You are an asshole.
You know that time
Ow.
shot the beam.
Yeah?
She gave me a vision of the divine order, purging all of the 20,000 planets in the cluster of all organic
Tell
life.
me that they killed themselves?
Yes. See that man repeatedly slitting his own throat? All of them did that.
You suddenly, dude, as you're going through the clips, you see a judge appear on the screen, and he just says, if you have not been judged guilty by the divine order, please proceed to the nearest planet, and you will be cleansed. May his merciful shadow fall upon you.
Yes, no, all the judges.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Everybody's dead. Anybody who lived on these planets is now dead. Unless they were strong enough to kill an army of gumpies and escape
just
on
moved to a
liberated
dead
robot
sector.
fleet of just destroying
Yeah,
them.
we're in the, we literally, how we get there, by the way, is we move through the fractal core. So we moved through how we got here is we moved through the fractal core. And Stanley seems to be getting quite good at this. Where he's just able to put in the coordinates down. And fucking, you get through, and that's when you got all these messages. It's like every planet you're flying by is dead. You're getting all these messages.
Yep. Everyone on that world is dead. Everyone on that world is dead. That world nobody cared about, but everyone is still dead. That world was a rebellion world. Everybody still died.
Excuse me, friends. I think that we should not be here. We need to leave now. I didn't sign anything that said that we should be.
You get a call.
No.
Your phone's constantly going on. All right, do you set up your shit? Set up your shit, Kevin, your legal shit, so you can hear.
Yes, everyone.
Yes, you. All right. You hear with your. We just lost a bunch of clients.
From where?
The Divine Cluster.
Where have you
Yes.
been training?
Hey.
I left. They were killing everybody.
Location.
All right, dude. You start like communicating with the pirate guild. You find out. No, like basically, they're sending you messages. You find out there's only a couple of your space pirates left. Like the other ones got wiped out. They're like, we lost the shit. The law firm could be in some serious trouble. We need a fresh like capital now, bro. Like
Sellout button.
sellout button.
Bye-bye. It doesn't matter. I'm the fucking trust in everything. I always say that.
He does.
Stealing as much as I can.
So basically, he's robbing the pirate guild and just being like, "Hey, fuck you guys."
Hey, it's in the Pirate Guild fucking statute. You're allowed to rob the Pirate Guild. Pirate Guild tried to rob you.
No, I was there for that part. So I was there for like the prophecy that he was
Well,
writing.
no, I was
What?
dealing with the Sword prophecy.
Don't
and now
care,
everybody else.
I'm just taking as much as I can going. We got the lights. I ain't worried.
Just so you know,
I know it's out for shit. As far as my team is legal now.
They're probably dead.
and so she burst out crying on the bridge.
As I
The
repeatedly
negotiator is strong. I'm like, whatever.
As I repeatedly tell people, everybody on that planet's dead, everybody on that planet's dead, nobody cares about that.
You know, the Colonel looks at Noguchi, since you're a piece of shit like he is, he's just like, you know, if there were any Jews dead, they're definitely gone.
It is a dead
Really, we should be
sector.
looking at this differently. Why run Earth when we could bring the Germans and the Japanese here and take over all of these empty planets?
You are brilliant.
Oh, plenty to occupy.
You are brilliant.
Not 20,000.
I am certain that you can convince your emperor to adopt you personally. Then you would be in the royal family.
But as I said, there's a lot of opinion and things now vacant that I would like to pick up, so.
I guess the question is like, you're flying by all these dead planets. Now, here's the fucked up part. You know that some of these planets have, like, you were a bioengineer, Will. You know, some of these planets do have defensive structures. Like, if you want to try to raid a planet, like, you don't know what's down there, you just know that all the people are dead.
It has been declared dead by order of the Divine Cluster.
Basically, the entire
defense systems are
We need
You
to
also-
go.
hold on.
We need to leave.
You
Until
also,
we can bring down the cluster, we don't stand a chance playing around in the outer
just so you know, as a scientist,
destroyed.
the other thing that you know is that Kai does not have a lot of time.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying let's continue on to the main core world. We kind of need that portal. But, as I was also saying, a lot of these worlds' defense mechanisms are still there. Don't act, they're not just free worlds for you to collect.
But they will be once we find the Earth.
I mean, sure, but you'll definitely need to take down the defense systems first.
We could use
As
help
a man
as
who
well,
makes
and some of the
sense,
minor outlying
They can be very effective.
systems could provide us with help if we find people that are not cleansed. So
Yes, anybody who's not in the 20,000 planets of the planet is still alive.
So get to work on it.
Again, as everybody who's had family here, they are different.
Oh,
I then point at Zed,
Giving
who's
me
fine,
no
and
hope.
say, like your parents.
tip my
Your
hat
parents
to
are
you.
definitely dead. Zed is gone.
Dead as a doornail. Oh,
And, as I said before, let us continue through the homeworld where this shit is popping off as it's.
oh yes.
Because I'm certain one of you would love to acquire these worlds, but they are currently under control by the Giga.
So it's popping off.
As
currently
no, I
under
told you as
control
out there.
of the Giga Chest.
Trust me.
So,
Give me a moment, I'll be right back. Use the restroom.
I have lived in the cluster all of my life. You have not. Trust me. They are under the control of it. Everything here,
so
the entire cluster of the 20,000 planets are under control.
But what is the Giga Chest?
Wasn't really given access to that information.
I only know what they are on paper. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell
I'm
you.
going to keep secrets because I don't trust anybody. The whole factor.
Even if I knew what they were, I wouldn't be legally bound
That
to
is
tell
waiting to
you.
be resurrected because the 13 high priests of the divine order sort of killed themselves as they were trying to resurrect it. Some of them were like, let's resurrect it. The other people were like, let's not do that, and then proceeded to fight and kill them. So it is left unresurrected as of right now. It is close to being resurrected. If we wanted to resurrect it, we probably could. I'm not sure why you would want to do that. I would call you an idiot. It's kind of your personal choice. That is your personal choice. Either way, we should still make our way to the main world. It has a lot of scientific equipment I would like, and it probably could be the only thing I could save Mr. Coyote.
Bully
My
you!
undead friend does not have very much time, and if we want to save him, like the crime bureau seems to want to, then we should get going.
You know, yeah.
Come on, it's only a pet.
Time is funny. He has a point.
Dan's like, you know, we don't know what's down there. They may have killed themselves, but what about all the dummies? Are they all dead too?
Oh,
We'll
no.
only find out by going there, Stan.
Yes, like we don't know what's down there or what automated defense systems are left on. Probably all of them.
So then, you know,
we
like,
need to be prepared for a fight.
like I know that you guys might want to have me pilot the Lex, and you guys can go down there and, you know, handle what you need to handle. You're gonna need somebody up here in the Lex. But I mean, if you guys wanted to, you know, that's the best decision. If you wanted to take things off those planets later, you know, I can fly the Lex around a bit, you know. It's just that, you know, I have like really delicate hands, and you know, I like to fly the Lex, and I don't really like to go down the home
Don't
world.
worry.
You don't need me for that, you know.
Don't worry, my trader's friend Stanley. I tap him on the shoulder. I will find the best bioengineering equipment I can make and bring on the Lex, and I shall make you the best love slave. So stay alive on the.
Please don't call me traitorous Stanley. You actually hear the Lex from this sound? As you command, O merciful divine worship, God King, Stan the man. Here in the pan, will slap you back to the pan. The man.
I tap him on the shoulder. I'm sorry, my trader's friend Stanley, but your name is.
You tell the Lex to make me
I don't know, I was trying something.
Jesus, Stanley! And just walk away. I'm going for my
The only reason that my dark impulse to just murder you is kept in check is solely because you are the only person in the entire universe. In 2 universes that can even pilot this shit.
Which is why I think it's best if you
So
stay alive.
exactly, every moment that I don't have to spend near you or by you is a perfect moment.
The colonel's kind of like, slap him back to the pan. What's he talking about? Well, I suppose that we should go down to the planet. You know, this party looking forward to see, you know, what I'm kind of like up to. I'm busy bench pressing like parts of the Lex, like I'm lifting them up and I'm constantly working out, you know, all the time. And as far as Brick Rock's concerned, I'm just like, you said this universe needs heroes, right? Why don't you represent me? I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that. Yeah. Help me, you know, make a hero thing, and it kind of all works out, doesn't it?
Okay.
You need your help before this hero, you know, so that you have an enemy.
Alright, gentlemen. let's return to the planet, the main planet of the cluster, good old homeworld of the Divine Shop Order. You should probably keep your drinks and your snacks on the left because they will most likely be disintegrated by the highly advanced defense system. So, understood.
Oh.
And I'm acting like a tour guide of the cluster because I want to move you up from the cluster. So I'm just pointing out that world used to be for this resource, that world used to be for this resource. This world produced the best love slaves. I have made several from there myself. They are wonderful.
I'm sure that Zeb is just glowering at you.
How many of you kept?
Oh, I kept none. They were given to others. If I wanted to keep some, I
Did you test them out?
Oh, you always need to test them to make sure they work.
Make sure they were. Yeah, that's it.
Trust
So
me.
it's just like
No.
you are a monster.
I'm busy.
Did you miss the part where I was literally looking at her crying about her dead parents and saying, seriously, are you still crying
You
about
are a
your dead
horrible
parents?
person.
I thought you knew this.
They died like
Yeah, you can hear the
5 minutes ago.
You can hear the robot head cry out towards you. You should just cast yourself into space.
Oh, if I did, I would probably still live. Now, that's just over.
Yes.
So there's all this talk of love slaves, and then Brett Frog's just gonna screw his way out.
Which I
Jackie.
Oh, it came out.
Oh my god. Alright.
He emerges from his slime ball.
Very well.
That sounds you, Brick Frog. How are you doing?
On.
That's so funny.
What? Frog sleeping slime ball.
I have 6 successes, 7 successes, and 4 successes.
For what was this for?
For making chameleon DNA be able to access to him, to like turn himself invisible and that kind of stuff.
Oh!
That is correct. So I was thinking about that, Hunter, and what I was thinking is we make him a merit. And every single dot he takes, like we give him like a different bonus. Like bonus dice to stealth, bonus dice to like just blend in and just not be seen.
Yeah, like invisibility.
Like invisibility, right? Right.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I would open that merit up to you, Rick, if you want to start taking that.
Well, I gotta do the thing first.
Right.
Yeah, once you alter his DNA.
You have the information you need to alter his DNA.
I would say that you have the successes of it.
You know that all the equipment to do it is right down there on the capital plan.
So yeah.
So, Kai is just standing there and he's like, we need to head down to the world.
Yes, we do.
I'm running out of time.
Yes, very quickly.
Sounds like, don't worry, Kai, we'll save you.
Yes, you will not die like your parents.
So what I do is
You're an asshole!
My character. That's why I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
Hold on, what do you say, Jeff?
my character go down to the go down to the lounge
Okay.
and listen. If I do the mission, fix my suit. But I'm the top warrior to protect this ship. If I die, I should choose one surviving one be king. If I die.
So do you make any considerations about who the king would be, or do you just point at a random guy?
I make consideration, like.
Okay. So who is your new king? Is he the smartest guy, or is he just the best warrior you got?
The smartest guy. The smartest.
Okay.
If I die.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So you said top lawyer on the ship.
Don't worry.
So that
I'll just
means
bring it back.
hands down.
No, he's just pointing at one of his people to take over. I know it sounded like top lawyer. I thought that shit.
No, I guess.
But the armory is somewhere in this fucking ship. But
It's also empty. Yeah.
it's empty.
Everything on the ship is empty, Taylor. Like they have an armory. It's completely empty.
So
Yeah.
we can hold about, let's say, the size of Manhattan worth of cargo because it's freaking empty. All we have is a robot.
As Arnie,
My son.
I'm gonna suddenly flex, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. For Brick Frog and Archie will conquer all. We are the strongest heroes and villains in the world.
I start to write this down.
Okay. Yes.
Archie, are you and Brick Frog? Did you not just say this? Please say
I know my people are going to Brick Frog to make all these important decisions. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to gears.
Archie, it means nothing on your part unless you sign at the bottom. If Brick Frog does not sign in the middle, then the contract means nothing.
Exactly. Let him read it first. When it comes to legal matters in the IRS, I pay attention.
All it literally says is, did you say this? And then his last quote.
I know. And he just passes
With an
the paper to
LLC.
Brick Frog. I'm literally telling you. You can tell him what it says. And he's passing
You
the paper
just
to Brick
did.
Frog.
He's standing in front of us.
Doesn't
He just
matter.
emerges out of his slime hole.
I'm just telling you, he's handing it to him. He's not holding on to it. He's not signing it. He just instantly hands it over and just continues to act like a good. Tell me what he's doing.
Don't tell me. Tell him.
You have a bunch of paperwork in front of you, Rick, that Artie handed you from the art here. So what's it say?
It says literally what you said. You and Brick Frog are the strongest men in the world.
That's all it says?
LLC.
Oh, LLC. So apparently it's a contract to start an LLC between you and Artie.
Yep.
You want to sign this? No.
All this.
Okay. So what do you do with it?
I just push it out in space.
So he just throws your legal paperwork out in space. Do you watch the papers flutter past you, past the left?
So would you like go down to an airlock and put them there?
Artie kind of looks kind of, yeah, he just goes over to the side of the ship and it's like, and so Artie's just standing there and he's like, Brick Frog, my decision. Yes. You've been given the boot face.
I don't think he realizes that we're all like
Alright, so Kevin, I spent XP to get Jack as an actual retainer.
So did I.
You guys are in competition, essentially, is how it's going.
I've literally, since day
like
one,
the-
said that I've been treating him like he was my own son.
So
Yes,
basically,
it was, but now it's a prison.
right, so
Spending every moment.
I understand that, and Rick also told me that he's basically kind of taking it when you're down on the planets and other things and kind of fucking with it. And he told me how he's going to do it, and I'm telling you, he can manage it. It is something he can do. We are like, yes, you treat it like your son, you're with it all the time, but you're not like, it's not attached to your child. It's the best way to say it.
No, it's my boy.
Right, he's your boy.
You think I have a
Yeah,
problem with
sure.
him hanging out with Uncle Brick Frog?
Exactly.
No, not really.
So, from what it seems is you guys are both kind of
It
chasing the
doesn't matter.
same guy.
It doesn't matter. I have it all written in the contract.
Wait, you jerked out in the
I don't think Rick Frog gives a fuck about the law, though.
They've been
He's a
spending
super
time
criminal.
since Horizons, since we left.
We're
Horizon.
trying to build this guild of calamitous intent. Are you fucking kidding me?
Of course supervillains betray each other. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not when they're trying to start the guild of calamitous intent.
Exactly. But I get what Rick's getting at. If he can get one over on you, he's supposed to be the better villain.
You're trying to triple double cross me? How dare you? How dare you?
No, they're not banging him. They're just trying to recruit him to retain him.
Right, so they're both like fighting over the same retainer. Like, there's moments where Kevin's like, I love you as my own son. And like, Rick Frog gets him later and says some other shit.
Pirates
Yeah.
Oh,
are
baby. Oh, baby.
Pirates
Oh,
are
baby.
bad.
Of course you're supposed to betray him, Rick. You're the better villain. You don't take second place.
So you pull out the side and you say that lawyers are sneaky and not to be trusted,
Absolutely.
and pirates are bad people.
Exactly.
But I'm his dad, and I'm a pirate lawyer.
Yeah.
You slimy frog, you.
Agreed. Same.
Slimy frog.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're a slimy fucking frog.
Kevin's not happy.
That sniper rifle you just got, I think that could be the pure basis of your weapon. Imagine that, by having the power of a high electricity put into the round before you fire it. So basically what I'm saying is, if you hand me that sniper rifle,
He's
I
gonna
will do my best to attempt to make it using those computer parts into a super sniper rifle round. Where instead of just like holding it, pulling down the trigger and doing like a +6, it would do the whole railgun charge up and do even more.
Sure.
You'd have to build it.
Alter it.
I decided what weapon I'm giving to those guys per them wanting it. I'm
Okay.
going to take the sniper rifle and the boot you just got, the upgraded one,
Yeah.
and I'm going to upgrade it further into a rail sniper rifle gun. So it has,
So it's
I'm going
gonna
to
be
take
a-
some computer processor parts and turn the sniper rifle into a high-powered sniper rifle rail gun.
You could do it, but you're obviously going to need materials from down on the planet. Because of the fact that the Lex is all bioorganic material. There's not like a ton of metal here or anything. You need the shit down on the planet. But you do know that the most sophisticated computers in the bioorganic are on the capital planet. And now there's no one there to keep you from taking them.
True.
Yeah.
Roger,
Exactly.
Roger.
That's why I'm telling everybody we should go to this place, because there's a lot
Okay,
of
it seems like, alright. We're getting near the capital planet. I just had to pass all those other planets up, and you're getting a communique from the capital planet in front of you, and you suddenly hear, you see a divine cleric, and he's like, welcome to the divine shadows most glorious jewel. This planet has been cleansed. Please report to the nearest detention center and offer yourself to the divine shadow. May his merciful shadow fall upon you. All defensive towers are now down, as we sense the presence of the divine predecessor. You are allowed to laugh, but please report to the nearest detention center and kill yourself as soon as your mission is over.
But of course, thank you very much, my good cleric. As I give him a thumbs up and say, don't worry, my good traitor's friend Stanley, you can now laugh.
All you can hear on that line is the cleric constantly repeating, give your life! So like Stanley turns it off. He's like, that's enough of that.
So feel free to land the Lex on the planet so that way we can go along and get this stuff.
Okay, well, I can't land the last, but this guy's big shit down there. Besides, somebody should stay in space, like, Giga Shadows, that sounds really scary. Like, what if that thing's alive? What if there's a divine cleric down there that's still alive trying to make it... What if it just waited for us? Like, it waited for us to wait for the Lex to show up to kill us.
I tap him on the shoulder, look him dead in the face, and go, that is probably why they are waiting to kill us. Yes.
He faints
That
on
is
the
probably
bridge.
the exact
He
reason.
faints on the bridge and hits the ground.
Wonderful. I give him a kiss on the cheek,
God.
pick him up
That
over my
is
shoulder.
the
That's
easiest way to keep
just
Stanley
great.
busy.
Rob, did you hear me? I said I slap him on the cheek a few times, put him over my shoulder, and just take him to his room.
All
Right,
right.
is that just going to give Stanley like a communicator?
Yeah.
And to tell him like, Stanley, since you are staying up here, we are going to be in communication with you.
And
Do not respond to us, or else they might be able to track your frequency.
But Zab, there's no one left. There's no one left, Zab.
Which is all right. Just try not to give us away.
All right. I'll wait here. If you need me to fly the Lex around somewhere, I can do that. Just be careful, Zab. I know you were tired going down there. Who knows what's down there? Like, be careful.
We will be alright.
I can make an educated guess at to what's down
You know what? Nobody wants to hear what you have to say anymore.
there. I lived here for many years.
No, just go away. Go away.
In fact, you see that giant crater over there? That's the very academy I used to study in.
I'm
I'm
leaving the bridge. She just walks away.
Now, when my guy look at my suit, he realized, like you said, I can't go invisible no more. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, you have to sneakily.
All right. So the question is who's going down there?
Well, I'm going down with Vasquez, obviously.
I'm thinking my own warship, so.
Vasquez will go down with you.
Yeah.
Now, Jalen, who are you taking down?
Well,
Are you just going, or? I guess the question is how much more glorious does the king want to be? Does he need anybody? Or does he just handle it? I guess that's the question I have to ask.
Like, they don't got no weapons, so I have no fucking point.
Okay.
Consistently making these NPCs like these less and less.
So the king's hiding in the legs.
Okay, so you're gonna go down. So Jalen, you're gonna go down there. Yes. Okay. And you're the only one among your people that are going down there?
They have no weapons, so it's kind of not a smart idea.
True.
Okay. But obviously for your people there are weapons on the cluster.
Yeah.
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 Like we could get down there, find an armory, and give everybody of your people a weapon.
Yeah, I can find one. I'm not about to come down there. I don't know who's down there yet. Wait.
How did you put? Pragmatic decision, Mr. Bellati.
Dude, hit the volume down button and it won't
Actually, I
hang
should
up
say
on
my
us.
scale.
We won't hear it.
Thank you. I'd rather say scary. This is the first.
yeah.
Hello?
You are a birdman.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's my father, everybody. Give me a moment.
I will happily make it.
Oh, how did I get beat? What the fuck?
I'll be back in a moment.
Well, not all
Bird
birds have beaks.
anyway. What the fuck is a bird anyway?
That's
show
true.
you a
Birds
picture.
have
They use the fluid air, the
I
resistance,
show you a picture of a seagull.
like pressure differential to use the fluid
You
of
look just
oxygen
like that.
to fly in the atmosphere.
He looks nothing like a seagull. His skin is red. His seagull's
Oh, so it's more like a,
I'm like an old dinosaur.
He's a fucking pterodactyl. How many times do I gotta say
I
it?
pull up a picture of a cardinal. It's a red beard.
yeah, exactly like that.
I pull up a picture of a red pterodactyl.
Okay, so you are an evolved dinosaur?
Well, that's out of character. Pretty fucking much.
Describe what this dinosaur is.
I mean, dinosaurs are basically birds.
You show a picture of a T-Rex. No.
So it's like a T-Rex meet the cardinal.
It's just
Wow.
a very large creature with little eyes.
Alright, I hold up a picture of a progressed pterosaur with wings, like semi-wings. So more like that.
I also show a picture of
Imagine
the,
this. Fucking humanoid.
you know the boat episode, the one that had like the flippers. I also show a picture of that.
We could just have him take the armor off. But no.
This armor looks absolutely lovely.
Birdman over here. You gotta, everything just switched. I'm getting confused with it too. You gotta left click the shit you used to have to right click stuff. Like you used to have to right click it and then select it, and now you just left click it. It's weird.
It'll be very interesting what technologies we can find. in the
It's like it's like humanoid. Humanoid.
So a mix between bird and lizard and humanoid shape.
He's basically a humanoid cardinal. Is what I'm kind of gathering. But like mixed with like a little bit of T-Rex.
Well, kind of like a velociraptor.
Or like a velociraptor. Okay.
So you're a velociraptor.
Can we
Yes.
can we throw in a little bit of regular show with that? with the side of
Bro,
it.
alright, listen, hear me out here though. The way that you were describing me the first time is that you were a Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Oh, you're a Birdman this whole game.
That's your nickname.
Like, by humans, they might say I'm a bird.
You're
To be fair, Jalen, when we first met you, we all called you Birdman. I'm the only one who changed. I kept calling you my feathery friend, and once you told me you were like a wizard, I started calling you my scaly.
The females got the females
Scaly
got
have
feathers. The males got-
The males would be the more beautiful ones. That's how it works.
They have to be. Otherwise, how you differentiate the two?
Yeah, and like in birds, the males are more beautiful. They usually have a colorful feather.
No, the females got the feathers. The males don't.
Boy, the
Also,
catch,
all
the big
dinosaurs
one
have
catch.
feathers. We know now.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
So,
So he probably has like the dinosaur little feathers that aren't really feathers. He probably had feathers. But all the women of his race have like the actual one. You can see his race. We literally see both men and female of his race as they walk in. You don't need to you don't even need to have him take off his armor to know what his race is.
I mean, 300 living members is not good. Not doing good.
We listen. We produce like rabbits. The next thing
I again walk over to you, tap you on the shoulder. I know you are not exactly the same man as you were. But
if you
again,
reproduce like rabbits, will there be more than 300 now?
any potency issue that you are currently receiving, I will happily help you. And help you get it up. I give you another patent.
I don't know what Bryson did with my DNA. I kind of know what he was like. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Well, this offers for any of you. Just let me know and I can help them get it up for you.
We don't need a
I do what I can to help preserve races as well.
I don't.
I do. No, I've actively tried to do my best to preserve races. I just want them for my own ends. It's not because I'm a nice person.
You're now indebted to me.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Oh no, I wouldn't be like, now you're indebted to me. I would just take their DNA and use it.
So we'll talk
To
about
me,
it later.
every type of being is samples, and in its seed form are samples I can't get more. I want everyone to be alive. So that way I can get as many samples as I want. I'm the type of maniac that would go to different worlds just collecting people and using themselves.
You're not a maniac. You're just
I mean, you
inquisitive.
see glass jars of heads that I still have. that are
You're
perfectly
inquisitive. You're trying to
capable. And
learn
the
things.
tool of poetry that I'm also keeping possession.
Just because he
Are
was
Columbia alive?
No. I had a tank of his semen that he was trying to inject into me. And I took
Oh, I forgot. Hey, that's Bruin G semen. Now you just need to find a Bruin G female.
I could just make one. I have time.
But Kai's dead, and he's a male. So.
Well, yeah, but his DNA I can still look
All
at.
you can do is change the chromosomes.
Yeah, not as easy as you think.
Not
You're
as
just
easy
being
as-
looked, man. You're.
If they can clone motherfuckers, they need motherfuckers.
While Bryson's able to clone motherfuckers, you're not sure if everyone in the Divine Order is able to do that, but you know you can. That said, so people are taking moths and are going to take ships down to the
Yeah.
planet?
Mhm.
Okay, so I know Jalen's going, I know Ash and Vasquez are going, I know that the Colonel's going, Noguchi obviously you're going. Are you taking your kamikaze unit with you, or are you leaving that here?
I think kamikaze with me. I mean, they're all meant to die anyway, so, you know, if they sacrifice themselves for me, I'm the cluster, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because all their worth is dying for the Emperor. That's what you need to understand. Their value comes in their willingness to kill themselves.
I mean, hey, if we're on the cluster homeworld, I could rig up some good bombs to strap on you.
That's the kind of forward thinking I need. Let's scrap these guys.
I'm just saying. Once we get down there and I can collect some materials, we can make some good stuff.
Why not look at that like, why would you blow all people up? I don't even
Because I have lots of them to blow up.
I was like,
Here's
Judging
what.
from these books that they have given me, there is quite a lot of food.
my guy realized some of y'all losing their war. I don't say that. I think Tactics shit.
Wow, how dare you?
Our tactics were unparalleled.
That said, I know that Stroheim is going down there, and Artie's gonna go down there. He's like, I shall conquer all. I'm the strongest man in the world. He goes to like shuffle over to a moth.
I'm going down.
I tell them I got guns on my ship, so if y'all need me flying cover.
Okay. So Brick Frog, obviously you're gonna get a moth or something, or how do you want to get down there? Because there's obviously different ships, like Brent has a ship and other people have.
Yes.
Can I go with Bird Boy?
Can you go with who? I'm sorry.
Bird
Harris.
Boy?
Oh.
Motherfucker, man. And a fucking bird, motherfucker. Listen.
Remember, I love you.
You asshole. You good, man. You gotta go to the mall.
Oh
Might
shit! He
me,
kicked you
my
out.
magnificent friend go with you, my good skating friend, as Gumby's carrying me over. I'm basically asking for me and Gumby go on.
I think you're being a bit too hard on. I think you're being a bit too hard on Brick Frog. As a colonel in the SS, I know what it is like for everyone to think that I'm the bad guy. It's not true at all. I don't care about people. You should take Brick Frog with you. You could benefit from his villainous expertise.
I'm just gonna sneak on.
All right. Here's how it's gonna work, Jalen. You're gonna make a roll to see if you can spot him, and Rick's gonna make a stealth roll to sneak on board your ship.
Let's do it.
All right.
I guess I'm helping because I'm on Jalen's ship too.
Yes, anybody who's a character on Jalen's ship can make the roll.
No, do care.
I guess the question will be, do you care?
Well, I'd be looking anyways. If I care to tell Jalen. I also saw him.
I love that I see your ass, motherfucker.
Red Frog walks off the ship this year.
Both of us, all carried me on Jalen's ship, and Brick Frog just tried to sneak behind Gumby, and Jalen stopped him and was like,
Hey.
Jalen, it's Asterisk. It's Asterisk.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I already won this. I can fuck that.
All right, before you guys go down to the planet, I have a final message. And the message will be to our good Birdman, aka Lizard Guy.
He's a bird.
You get a message. You notice your resistance communique going on.
Yes.
And you can hear the Dawsaki song playing. And it's like, hello, my friend. I just wanted to let you know that I have been keeping close attention on the ship. You see, the device I handed you, it's like a GPS. So, I can tell you this. It has been giving me directions on how to reach you 5 minutes early, before anyone else. But I decided that to talk to the resistance, that you will need a special person to come and help. Tell me, what is the situation right now? So I can pick the right one.
I tell them just everything I know about the whole cluster being destroyed. Everybody getting the cluster.
Well, not everybody. All organic.
All the divine order subjects are dead.
I love Kevin just turns on the Dawsaki song in the background.
And we might need some backup for this. We might need backup.
Thank you. Very well. I will send the appropriate person to come and help you. Until now, there is a member of this team who has not been debuted. And I promise you that if you should come on trouble, you should come and instantly tell me through the device. And I will show these people the way.
Basically, if you need help, call the Dolphins.
So, in other words, if the Giga Shadow or whatever is coming and it's too hard, The King of Shadow plans on sending Uganda Knuckles through the portal to do something about the King of Shadow.
Why?
Hey!
Yeah.
The member of the fucking resistance, Rick. I mean, it's Uganda Knuckles.
Yeah, Jalen, so if you need help, just basically
Keep on!
go talk to C-Sky and he'll send someone else.
Yes, he tells you. I have an entire horde of these things. They have been asking me about the Queen for days. They have told me the song of the people, and they have mentioned Ebola several times. I cannot stand being around them any longer. This is precisely why I'm sending them. It is hard to pick out the ladies when suddenly the cry of Ebola is heard behind you.
Well, that's sit them all up. Sit them all up.
Oh, I will at the proper time. The proper time.
Not immediately. I don't think we have enough room on the ship.
Yeah, I don't have that much room for that many Uganda Knuckles.
So let's just await my scaly friend, and let's free
You
your.
do realize the ship's the size of Manhattan, right?
The ship is the size of Manhattan.
We can hold as many Uganda Knuckles as we please.
I suppose so, but nobody wants to be around them.
The ship is fully fed. She's fully
That's
stocked.
basically
We're
let's us away to end this
Build
charade.
an army.
Very well.
Build
So, the people who get into the moss, and they go down to the planet, as you're like going down in your ships and stuff, onto the planet, constantly you're getting bombarded with messages. That, you know, like, as you like pass by a house, you can see the resident of the house smiling before like blood hits the screen. It's like, this house has been hurt. There's merciful shadow fall upon you. And then dead. As you're landing down onto it's a giant gray like tarmac type deal, you know, like it's a giant like strip. And the moths like all land there. And as people, you know, finally, you know, they get out, they get ready, they get the weapons ready, or whatever the hell they're trying to do, and they're stepping out of this bitch. You can see around you, no one. You see little hatches off to the side, so the way that people sleep on the cluster worlds are in little tiny cells. There are giant, like, you know, they're giant buildings that are just a door here, a door there, a door there, and it's just like, you know, tiny hotels, Japan. You know, essentially how it is.
Use my shit, man. I use not like scanning areas. Use my shit and go with the code.
You don't even need to do that because I can tell you this: there are no life signs on the planet whatsoever. Nobody.
This is a pacified world.
Nobody. It's like the whole fucking world is dead. The only thing that you constantly see as you're flying around the world to this little landing area is you can see people on the screen where, like I said, constantly it's the story of their own destruction. Like, you know, you see the divine judge standing there going, the divine shadow declares you guilty, 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 guilty. And you can just see the chaos erupting around them. You can see, like, clerics appearing on the screen, constantly going, I give my life to the divine shadow. And then you can see footage of people running away and getting slaughtered, whether they were willing or not. And it's just constantly just repeating and loop. It's constantly on these screens repeating and loop.
Engineering equipment.
Constantly repeating and loop. As you land down there. You can actually see several of the storage areas for like humans where like their little tiny cells are. The doors are wide open. You can see buildings that are just completely deserted. Occasionally you come across like as you're like moving around like the general area, like there are piles of ash and like disintegrator rays just laying on the ground from these Gumby things that shot themselves and just execute themselves.
Did they leave their weapons there?
They did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, in which case, they have a big pile up there.
Try it. I tell you what, how many do you want?
Enough to equip Ares' people with disintegrators.
I'm going to tell you this, there are so many piles of ashes. Within a couple of hours, you can collect that. It's a dead fucking skull.
Just put in Our primary goal is to get the big stuff done, and on the way.
Right, like Kai's like, if you wish to spend your time doing that, I know where to go, but you have to follow me first.
Oh, your path first.
He says, I know about the Giga Shadow. Giga Shadow is a giant brain, and we have to destroy it. We cannot allow the Giga Shadow to be awakened.
Well,
Yes, but I would quite like to receive proto blood from it.
I know with the divine chamber. Follow me.
Alright, let's
He's just walking forward. He's going, through buildings and stuff. Like you can see buildings all along you. It's a giant city plan. It's got tons of buildings. He's basically walking through this dead city with you guys. You notice that some of the flesh scrappers that you saw in your visions, Will, you notice like they're abandoned and they stopped working. They look like little clowns with like teeth. I'm not even kidding. And they're oblong shaped. The giant like lever in the middle of their nose. And basically when they'll go under a body and they literally disseminate every organic part and then shoot bones out the back of it, and then they have the tapes that they take to the divine order.
I then begin explaining what they are about, because people don't know what they are.
You have to.
Those are flesh rippers. They tear off every organic part, spit out the bones, and take them straight to the divine order. I've seen those things devour bodies quicker than things.
Could you make one of them listen to Colonel Noguchi, because only he will be able to lead the assault.
This is correct.
I could.
Alright, well, if you want to hack one of these things, give me fucking Jack's computer roll.
Arm injects out spikes, stick my hand into it.
Hunter, just so you know, he needs 3 or higher gear.
Alright.
Roger, welcome.
Hey, I don't mind. I'm standing at the back of it. You guys are standing in front of it.
He's got it.
He's got it? Alright. Who do you want the flesh scrapper to listen to?
Oh, I totally tell it to listen to.
Oh, okay. Write down that you have one flesh scrapper currently slavishly following you because you're a fucking genius. I know the statistics on it.
Do you have like spider legs on or spider?
No, the whole thing is that it drives over you and literally just scraps your flesh. Like, literally what will happen to this thing to attack somebody is it can't grab it, it can't do anything. There's like a hole in the center of it, and it has to drive over the person, at which point it just rips them apart. But it has to get them in that, hole area, otherwise it won't work, because they shoot it or they dive from the side of it, or they get out of its way, then obviously it can't run it. It's only a frontal-only weapon, per se. So, as you guys are moving forward through the dead planet, okay, you can see a giant gray tower in the distance. The tower's metal is black and splotchy, there's splotchy, white spots in it. You can see a giant archway, there's a blackness through it, okay? You can't see past this blackness, it's so dark that you can't just see through it. And Kai looks at you all and he says, that's the way to where the Giga Shadow must be.
So what do we have to do to kill it?
We would have to enter its brain and destroy it.
Well,
I do not know exactly what the Giga Shadow is. I know that according to legend, it is the end, and it is the beginning. It sounds like an apocalyptic tale, but I do not know what kind of creature it is. It is an insect. I know it is of the insect race, but I do not know. I have never seen a Giga Shadow.
After he's done talking, I close my hands and recite the chant that those priests were saying.
You actually recite it?
Yeah.
So what do you say? Well, give it to me. Remember.
I say, from the visions that I had of them or singing it, that I say it's the biggest shadow. Tis the end of all things.
And then you hear a giant voice in the background, and it is the beginning. It vibrates over the whole landscape. You hear this giant booming voice.
How big is it?
How big is it? I want you to imagine a ton of like Greek mythology screaming at you. It echoes over the whole world.
Alright, listen. Okay. My suit. My suit is a very tricky situation.
Yes, we.
You can hear this booming voice to those who serve the Giga Shadow. All the universe will be in their halls. For I am the end, and I am the beginning.
No, I really say like my suit power. If it get unstable, it goes up. It's the strength of 3 newtons.
Well, then don't get damaged.
Well, then they'll get blown up.
That's what I'm saying. I could set my suit a timer.
And then you're screwed because you have no.
You will die, but I suppose you would defeat the Giga Shadow if you blew up that room with 3 atomic bombs.
Not eventually I will do.
Okay.
Well, it's good to know you were willing to sacrifice this. That's
Great.
RD looks at you and says, "You're a true brave hero. Fight!"
Yeah, but Jerry, the way you were saying it, all of us are assuming.
Do not worry.
We're moving on now.
I will help you in your noble sacrifice, oh great hero. Fight!
But, as this booming voice is around us, we should probably get moving.
Yes.
Kai starts moving towards the sound of the voice. And, you know, like, he says, we're getting close, and then suddenly he falls on the ground. He's like, Steph! The protoblood's failing me.
Hi, we have to find the protoblood as soon as possible.
I can't move, Steph. I can't move.
I'll pick him up.
Alright, so you go to, like, pick up Kai, and you, like, lift him over your shoulders, and he's just like, the protoblood is failing. If I don't get protoblood soon, Steph, I'll cease to exist.
We should probably get to this brain.
We are going to give you the blood. Where do we have to go?
With the brain.
It's towards the brain. See those steps in front of the steps? Up the steps. You notice a giant, like, pair of steps. When I mean steps, I'm talking thousands of fucking steps. Lead this up into, like, almost like a mountain. Like a giant, like metal mountain of transistors and parts. You know how the war ships look in Star Trek, right? Where they have circuitry and boards. It's like a giant made.
Oh. I got the first get that damn thing for the Dark Shadow. I mean, not the bride, right? Is that what it's going to do?
Ryzen told you that what he was looking for was in the chamber of the divine assassin, which I know it is.
Keeping him alive, you might want to do that.
Hi, where's the chamber of the divine assassin?
He like starts to respond to you, and then you notice he just kind of melts. Like he's like, I can't stay.
And let us away as I start pushing people like up the stairs because we need to go and we want to.
All right, man. You're going up the stairs. Everybody's going up the stairs. Put him on arm time, like unleashes his MD40 and he starts walking up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my samurai sword.
As I'm climbing the stairs, I'm coming on.
You got a brick, right, Rick?
The fact that the Divine Order has a fascination with stairs.
Give it to me. Give the brick. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. I see Rick. Give him the fucking ninja brick. All right, man. You guys are all heading up the stairs, one after another, and you can see.
What's Artie got?
Artie has got his fix. Like he constantly does muscle poses, and does like dances like this constantly. He does the diesel twist. He does the reverse diesel twist. He constantly poses like, I don't need any firepower when I'm rocking these guns. Mwah, mwah. I'm Artie, strongest man in the world.
Alright, you do.
You get what?
Poses, I also pose like this and like this.
I'm sorry, Rick, you're giving him what?
I'm gonna give him a couple of bricks so he can throw them.
No, yes! My little Viking, thank you! He holds up the bricks and he's ready to beat some people with some dual bricks. Alright, as you reach the top of this mountain, before you, you can see a giant pillar that it seems to be going straight up for miles on end. And you can see the bodies of several divine clerics. But you notice that dripping from the ceiling, there's some kind of slime. Okay? And the slime is dripping down and collecting in puddles. And you can see, like, some of it's, like, hitting the dead clerics, like, faces and shit, and they seem to be rotting. You know, like, they've been here a while. There's a terrible smell around them, but there's no, like, bugs, because all life has been wiped out of them. There's nothing left. They killed their cockroaches to feed to the fucking divine. Like,
I look at, is that the blood?
you know that's the Giga Shadow slime, dude. Will, you know this. That is total blood. You know it.
Oh, that is definitely blood.
Well, shit. I grabbed
This
Kai.
is kind of leaking.
I grabbed Kai. When I grabbed him, I grabbed Kai. I'll do this range.
You notice that Colonel von Arnheim just opens his World War II canteen and pours, like, some water on the ground, and he starts just, like, scooping up Proto blood, like, in his canteen.
You do realize there is a whole process to this, right? It's not just take a syringe and inject it in the face.
You actually have to turn it into something useful, correct?
Colonel von Arnheim looks over and he's like, exactly. If it means that me and Noguchi can live forever, his eternal life, he's just like running his shit, you know, his canteen through the slime and the Giga Shadow.
This is a good idea.
We should never die.
I'll be right.
You gotta die to do this, sir.
Do not care. For I know that Noguchi will bring me back to life. I will always bring him back to life. Because our ideas are the ones that matter.
Exactly. You probably should kill the brain, then, sir.
We do not need advice from a filthy lizard man.
Anyway, so they're just gathering up proto blood, I'm guessing?
I don't know, Hunter, what are you doing? You see this mountain of proto blood just sitting there, like dripping over everything.
I don't have any, like,
You have your World War II Japanese canteen.
fill my canteen with some proto blood right now.
Alright, so you're scooping it in there. And by the way, just so you know what proto blood looks like, it is silvery gray in color. It's very slimy in its consistency, so like it'll slime off your hand, you know what I'm saying? Like it's mucus, you know, like it has like a mucusy consistency.
That's really gross.
How much blood do they have? You see giant puddles of Giga Shadow blood.
How many can they actually carry for that?
You're not sure. I mean, you don't know how Kai works, how much proto blood he needs. Like, you notice Zeb, like, she's using, you know, she's got, like, a little container and she's, like, putting it in there and stuff. And it's like a giant glass tube off the ship that she found on, like, the ship. And she's scooping the proto blood in there to try to save Kai.
And me being probably one of the only people who can administer it to you.
Correct.
Which is why I'm here, lovely dude.
Zeb is, like, kind of looking over. I know that I'm gonna take her over for this scene. I know you normally play her, but I got it. It's like if you guys are looking for something you want, you should do it now. You can't stay here so long.
You're right. We can't. Don't you need something to repair your suit, Aries?
Yeah, I need to go to the fastest headquarters. That's out. Yeah, somewhere outside somewhere. I don't know where that. Trying to tap it out from there.
I'm gonna stay here and try to collect as much protocol as I can. Do what you need to do.
How about this? Do you know where the main areas are on this survival here?
You have been in the Divine Cluster all your life. Ryzen was the supreme Bible. You know where to go. Now, you know where the Divine Assassin quarters are. You've been there, working with Pride. You know where it is.
I know where it is.
Oh, very well then. Lead on.
Alright, so Dev is staying behind to collect Proto Blood. That which means 790 is just, love sick sigh next to oh, Dev, you need to leave this planet, it's too dangerous, leave. And she just was like, 790, I'm not gonna leave unless we can stay Kai. And Kai is laying, was being carried by you guys, and he's like, leave him, she's just sitting here, she's like, leave him with me. And she's like trying to put the Proto Blood in his mouth.
She's trying to feed it to him.
Yeah.
In my knowledge of science, is that the way to do it?
It'll work.
It's just very slow.
Yeah, but it'll work.
What's the best way to get this man from?
Direct injection via tubes, but you know that if she feeds it to him, he should wake up and go out.
I'm going to walk over to her. I'm going to...
Damn self, shit.
Not the injections of a single surveillance. Like, we're talking about a big machine with tubes that jam it into every part of it.
Right, but she can raise him for a limited period of time by doing this, apparently. You know that.
Which I would go over to her, I would say, good, you're doing the correct thing for getting him first aid to make sure that he stays alive. Keep doing this, and he should wake up eventually.
Alright. Well,
we'll be going, and we'll be looking for a machinery that will allow me to inject massive amounts of protein into him.
Then I will stay here, and you go and investigate. Good about Armand is like, we finally have eternal life in Gucci. Let us see what else we can take off this mystery on the road.
It's not a bad idea.
Just be careful, Mrs. Ev. Don't feel like having
We should
you die
split
is
up.
more than-
We should split up. Me, you, and Brickcraw should go and examine something. Let the others go off on their own. I mean, we should be here to collect. We're villains. We don't have time to do heroic things. We only have time to profit ourselves.
Why are you doing this? Why don't you pick up some more of those disintegrators?
Oh, I'm not going to just pick up the disintegrators. Brickcraw, we need to hit the bank. We need to hit the bank, Brickcraw. He was mentioning huge technology. We don't steal this.
Because I also know the bioengineering labs are because I spend many a time with them.
Oh, you do? You do?
I would let them know, like, hey, there are some good bioengineering labs here that if you can collect some equipment for me, I can make some pretty nice things.
Indeed. And in fact, I had a little thing I wanted to tell you, Brickcraw. I heard that you're forming this guild of calamitous intent, and I am more than willing to join your guild. Me and Noguchi should both join your guild.
I agree.
Should I actually take a pen and paper and write down directions to a nearby, like, this lab?
I heard a pen scratching over the intercom. I heard pen scratching over the intercom. What's going on?
We are joining the guild of calamitous intent. You are down there, Kevin. I guess the question is, I described the scene. There's a bunch of dead clerics, a bunch of Giga Shadow blood, and apparently the bad guys are going to peel off and start robbing the shit out of
I wrote down directions to some of the best labs and engineering spots where they want to collect the technology.
Start to write up paperwork.
I hang out to
That's
negotiate. You seem to be a man who
I
can
see.
find
There's no calamitous intent in the Guild of Calamitous Intent actual bylaws.
You probably know this.
It is actually equal, and I'm starting to write up the Guild of Calamitous
He's
It's being presented to everyone, and I'm actually cooperating totally.
and my froggy friends, and I
Super
really
evil.
don't need to
We're out there to do evil.
Okay. I guess the question will be: is Kevin just brought something up to me? He wanted to make like this charter where everybody in the Guild of Calamitous Intent has like an equal vote. I don't know. How does that work? Greg? Like, do they have an equal vote in the Guild of Calamitous Intent? Or is there like a guild leader who tells people what to do?
As I tell you, for the railgun,
So,
it just doesn't exactly have the kind of.
What?
there is a council.
So,
They're all led. Yeah.
so obviously you believe you should be that guy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I guess it comes down to a vote. So whoever wants to be Brick Frog, the guild leader, who Von Arnheim will raise his hand and be like, I believe that Brick Frog should be the guild leader.
Everyone has the exact equal stake in the guild.
Right. So who's raising their hand for Brick Frog in the Guild of Calamitous Intent?
Oh, I volunteered to help you, so.
I'm
Oh yes, you should be exactly the guild leader.
So
You
are
should
you
do that.
saying there are 12 other members?
Correct, but he hasn't recruited that many members yet.
I'm here as the first one, so.
Right, so essentially, like, it's just a vote among the villains if Brick Frog is the guild leader, essentially. And Von Arnheim's voting for him. Where's the Gucci put his vote?
Honorary title.
For what?
For the guild leader, yeah.
Yeah, Brick Frog seems to be into this. I'll give him my vote.
All right, so obviously, I'm sure you vote for yourself. So
Alright, you know what, if that, if it comes down to it, the guild leader is more of an honorary title than anything else. He just has, kind of like the president of the United States. Sure, face.
sure.
That he's able to do so, but you know, when it comes down to it, we can fuck him up.
Well, you're villains, duh. Okay, apparently. Thank you.
You'll keep your dreams and moments.
You are apparently the guild leader of the Guild of Calamitous Intent in the Black Universe. Congratulations.
Oh, cool.
It's been documented. I clicked on everything.
Yeah, the argumenter's handling all the legal side, so you get the maximum amount of royalties for merchandise.
I'll do those rules a little bit, right?
Yes, that's great. How do you feel about collecting your repair materials?
Well, after handing off a map of directions to where a bioengineering facility and an engineering facility to Noguchi, I would then start leading Ash, Vasquez, and my scaly friend here, Ares,
Okay.
to the Divine Assassins localities.
You got plenty of time.
With Gumpy carrying me the whole way. So we're moving soon.
Okay. So, the villains are going off on one side, and the rest of them are going off on the other side.
I'm not
And the villains
saying.
have directions to where they go.
Hey, I'm not a villain.
I'm not a hero.
Like, good guy.
I'm a horrible person.
You are.
Instead of calling you an asshole.
You're a fucking dude.
I will agree.
But you literally hear what I just said to you. As she was like feeding the stuff to him, I was like, yes, that is exactly what you need to do. Keep doing it, you'll eventually wake up. Try to be careful. I don't want you dying.
Don't wolf us down.
Just turned around and walked away.
What a dick.
I said I'm going to be bringing it up from now on. Why do you think I asked if they had family?
Cool.
Okay, so the heroes are going to the Divine Assassin Chamber. And you guys start getting towards the chamber. Now, Will, if I recall, so Kai is left behind with Zeph.
Yes.
You notice that Kai is sitting there? suddenly a dark energy seems to come out of Kai and float upwards. Like this dark crackling energy comes out of his eyes and his mouth and floats upward towards the giant pillar in the center.
We don't. We're too far away.
I wondered when you were going to come.
Yeah, you see this shit going up. Like, you guys are getting ready to leave, and you just see this blackness issue forth from Kai and go up into this pillar.
Marvelous.
You gotta hurry up.
I'm gonna pull out a small flask and see if I can blast this as it's going up.
It does not work.
Damn it. Why won't you collect?
It just constantly flies around the flask.
It's like a smoke or whatever.
I will collect. I will one. But we should probably hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
You guys go into the... Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one. You guys go into the Divine Assassin chamber. You notice several coffins of several different races who have been chosen as Divine Assassins. Basically, how it works is if you're the last of your species, usually the Divine Shadow chooses you to be a Divine Assassin. You notice there are tons of tubes of proto-blood, and you also notice a giant metallic tube.
As I warn you both, or warn everybody who witness, don't touch anything.
Jalen, that is the cube that Bryson described to you.
Is it like is that a window?
Oh.
It is on a giant platform. So, like, the best way to think of this is there's a platform with a cube on it, and then there's a bunch of, like, coffins. You know, like a mortuary, where it has, like, multiple doors, like, hey, there's a corpse in here, hey, there's a corpse in there. And that's the best way to think of the Divine Shadow chamber. It's just giant, you know, it's, like, really big, tall, but there are millions of caskets.
Fair question. Is it literally like is it like a dome shape?
Yes.
What do you need out of here?
That cube. Hold on, man.
Before you touch anything,
I'm not touching
what?
anything.
I know, but what is the safest way to get that cube out of here?
Dude,
I believe my genius mentor, who repeatedly does this, since you want a suicide mission, good luck with that. And after I lay them there, I get out.
wow, what a cock. Look, you don't even help him.
I turn around and leave.
So what he said is if you touch it, they'll attack.
Well, that really sucks.
He basically told you he's his mentor and he knows he's a fucking asshole, so it can't be as simple as grabbing.
Yeah, that's why I'm leaving.
Well,
Don't be away.
And basically he said it's your fucking problem, I'm not helping you.
Yeah, I had this company pick me up and carry me back to Zenton.
okay, you are here. You know, I made sure you can pull this off, so...
My other question is anybody going to help Jalen with an intelligent computer to figure this out? Well, since Will's like, hey, fuck that shit, I'm not fucking with it.
Oh no, I'm from this world. I don't want to.
If you're going with them, you're with the heroes, then you're not with them.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, Jalen's not the truth.
The flowers, dude.
Fucking they can't even fly straight.
I have no means to directly interface with it.
Well, I can just grab it.
If you're gonna grab it, how many coffins are in this room?
There is a control panel. I guess the question is, who attacks this thing?
I mean, are you going to go after Guppy? Because I rode very slowly.
You're being the shit, Will. You left the room and didn't even agree to help them.
Yeah, they didn't ask. I just brought them there. He's carrying me away as I'm slowly moving down the way.
You hacked your system.
Awesome.
You know that if you fail to hack the system, every single divine assassin in the hall will wake up and come to kill you.
But if I fail, everybody in there would attempt to kill me.
You will probably die very quickly.
Like, imagine Kai. Imagine how much it took people to try to put Kai down. Imagine, like, several hundred of them.
No, several million. Several million.
Several million of them. In the same region, all wanting to be dead. That is this mission that you, for some stupid reason, accepted. I don't know why.
He's like, you're a fucking idiot.
I'm
How
going
is
to be
that?
honest. This is by far the dumbest thing that makes me absolutely believe that your entire race definitely needs an interrupter.
God
This
damn.
is where you know their position. Because my mentor is an asshole. You guys think I'm an asshole. He's the bigger asshole. So, even thinking that this will in any way work without somebody super advanced and computers is outrageous. I could have attempted, but we would all know.
There's assassins.
Yes. I'm telling you right now, if I do agree to do this for you, and we fail in this, we're all dead.
Well, they're
Not me.
Yeah, you wouldn't have let them be sacrificed before the divine assassin went away.
I'm talking about the 5 people standing around us. We're all dead. I'm not saying everybody.
Saying like,
Well, if you use this,
So why do you even need this thing, Jim? Not that I'm there, but
I'll bring my suit.
Ryzen agreed to fix his armor and he could steal it.
double bargain.
And now you come to me to help you.
And Will didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's like, holy shit, like the security on that thing is so fucking high, like, are you fucking nuts?
The
It's
second
gonna wake
he
up
started
everybody.
calling my I said, good luck with that, goodbye. And now he stopped me and calling. He's like, hey, could you hack into this? And I said, yes, I could. He motioned my arms. I hacked into his ship.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, Will, you know that thing is the most highly secure thing on the whole fucking cluster.
Yeah. Like, if I attempted to hack into it and fail, we'd all die instantly. Because all those millions of copies would open
So I guess
up
the
and
question is Will, are you willing to do it anyway?
I mean, he's not really offering me anything, so I'm kind of slowly moving away from him. Still.
it's a big risk.
It's a huge risk.
Well, I got an offer.
Oh, you gotta give him some, apparently.
In my trade, we call that the business investment.
What do you want?
It's a high-risk investment in my trade.
Okay, hold on, everyone. This gentleman seems to ask me what I want. What I want is to work my beautiful magic as a biophysician and do the things that I've always wished to do.
Since you know,
And
like Artie's like,
since I need to,
do not worry, I shall grab it if none of you have the courage.
with that, you will most likely die.
Again, I'm
I'm going to be honest.
I'm as strong as smooth. Whoa.
What would you offer me? Because we're on this world. This being on this world is what I want.
And he can get money.
Being on this world is what I want. Being on this world is what I want. I have plenty of engineering equipment. I can meet up with people who can start taking.
So I guess the question is, Jay, what do you want to offer Will in return for him trying to hack this thing?
The offer, like, yeah, you're just gonna come get yourself? No.
What do you offer?
I think
Galen, this is a character. This is your character's choice. So what
you
can I
gotta
offer
offer
him?
me something you can't get on his own. He told you
Yeah.
what he wants.
You likely want to fully equip Biosphere Lab.
Which are on these world that I can meet up with the other group. Because
But that's what the bad guys are going to do right now, yeah.
Like I gave them a map to.
So, has any deal been struck here or no?
Galen hasn't offered me anything.
What I have offered? Like,
I don't know what you have to offer. The king of 300 people.
Well, you have.
You can offer up some of your subjects. I'm sure he would take like bio matters.
Sure, it doesn't need me, but you want me to
You
make
can
it.
do
Rare species. Like, hey, just take
I know
5 of
that.
my people to experiment.
I mean, you can do that. There's many things that you can offer. You swear a life, then it's what you need to offer me now, because Guppy's, again, slowly carrying me away.
Artie looks towards you and says, "You know what? I shall offer him the ultimate reward. I will repeatedly punch anything in the face that you ask me to do. Please!"
That is so
That
generous.
is quite an interesting reward. I would love to see Verizon's smug face become constantly hounded by
Oh.
the
I shall knock him out of this universe. Please! I will knock him out of this universe to sell my friend.
That would be one of the most funniest things I've ever seen my master
Do
have
it.
to
Let
do.
it not
So you're gonna hire Artie to beat up Ryzen.
I mean, I could just be like, hey, for my reward, I want this you, the muscle man, to go to my master and repeatedly try to punch him in the face as many times as you're able.
You got
And
it!
then just let Verizon deal with it. That's what I'm thinking, because if Verizon has to deal with that, I'm sure he'll get pissed off and
Artie agrees to do it. I shall beat him in this world. Mwah, mwah.
Archie, that is not a deal I am willing to make. Because this is far too risky.
So what? You're supposed to be the greatest pioneer in the world. Not even way to be the greatest risk. The pioneer, you.
Oh, I am the greatest biophysician.
Then prove it. Your brilliance should be able to easily defeat this.
Yes, it should. I could have no trouble easily breaking this down. Because I am the most brilliant person alive.
Exactly as he pushes a control panel forward.
Alright, well, for the terms of this deal, I would like some things. And I will make that clear now. My good scaly friend, you shall owe me a humongous favor of my choosing at a later date. If I ask you to help me with something, you must do it. Not going to
Do you want me to do something for nothing? No.
Okay. Deal.
Deal!
Alright.
And
And
no limits on this?
no, we just accepted the deal of just owing the favor I want, so I'm taking that.
Very well.
Now, once we are done with this mission, I would love for you to go to my master, the world that we were on. Find your way there, and repeatedly try to punch him in the face as many times as you can. And never stop. As long as you
Absolutely!
get something, never stop.
Absolutely! Here's a big punch in the face with a button.
Oh, thank you very much. And I grab his hand and shake it. And then I also extend my hand out towards Balin's character.
Yeah.
So, my sweetie friend, is it a deal?
Alright, fine. Done. We'll go punch your master in the face. Got it.
Is it a deal?
Here's the deal!
Well, no, this is me extending my hand towards Jalen's character.
Yeah,
Is it a
Artie
deal?
shakes your hand the moment you extend your hand.
And then I turn to Jalen's. Oh, you shake my hand as well? Alright, then. Well, let's see if I get us all killed.
You don't even know it, you'll hack this thing. And actually, for a hacking roll, it's a dex you do that. So do you want to...
Accent computers?
Yeah.
A slightly less good roll.
You're the greatest pilot in the world, I don't care.
True.
Just like Celeste never makes any bad decisions.
You're the only biovizier in the entire galaxy now?
I'm
Well,
the only biovizier of the cluster. The entire cluster, I'm the only
well, other than like Manfred and Ryzen, yeah, probably.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. In the cluster, I'm the only biovizier, so I'm the greatest biovizier of the cluster.
Yeah.
So, guess if I'm doing this, I enhance my right hand, the robotic one.
Right.
Will points stick out. I jack in,
Vasquez suddenly disappears behind you.
Disappears behind me, just turns invisible.
Yep.
Great. Let's see what happens. And I attempt to jack into this computer.
Go for it.
I'm going to burn my last willpower.
I'm sure you are.
I do not wish to die.
I see.
I bet you know.
Alright. Galen, want to know the magnificent role I have?
Well,
7.
Are you? What the fuck? Here we go. Give me the roll of 7.
Whoop! Oh man, dude, if you rolled those, oh,
That's not good.
1, 6, 7. 2 successes is better.
It is not enough at all.
Oh no, what happened?
So, you're like thinking it's like, and you suddenly hear it going like, opening, and you hear it like, starting to deactivate all divine assassins. Ha ha ha, that's a lie. All divine assassins are activated. Kill the person trying to hack this console. Me as merciful shadow power. And you notice like, when you're like hacking, like, coffins start popping over to the side, like,
this is what I do. Like, well, I'm gonna do the alternate, I'm gonna do the alternate today. I got my suit. I'm like, lipstick. Nope.
are you telling me that you're gonna try to nuke?
I'm gonna get my suit. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. We're going off.
So you, alright. Like, literally, dude, just so you know, because it definitely is a wonky world. Suddenly your suit goes, self-sacrifice mode has been activated. The force of 3 quantum blasts will go off in this area. Die gloriously and back. And then, like, his suit starts beeping and the timer appears.
I guess out. We gotta go out. Go.
You're leaving your suit behind? Like, you're leaving it behind? So, Jalen, are you leaving the suit behind or are you wearing it?
I'm leaving behind my phone. Hey.
Alright. So as like the coffins and shit are opening up, you like leave your battle suit there, like the timer clicking?
Relax. Like, you don't get the
I mean, yeah, if he's pulling out of the suit, I'm definitely ejecting from that and running as fast as I can.
Yeah, everybody's fucking running on your side. Alright, the villains! The people who are plundering and pillaging! Alright, what I need from you guys is Hunter, what kind of roles are we going to have them make for pillaging? For like stealing off the
My
planet?
focus was that Von Stroheim gave me the directions to where like some really good lab equipment was to like upgrade our weapons.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the Colonel Von Arnheim to one lab, and I was gonna send Brick Frog and the lawyer, the argument for to the other lab. So we can pillage all through that.
Engineering lab, and then the others are fighting.
Yeah.
But sir,
Alright.
I'd be much more inconvenient to watch the scanners at the top.
You want to watch the
Just
boss?
take them off with you. I was gonna take mine off with me.
Oh, we're taking it off. That's a different story. I just,
You don't want to get out of it?
No. Real quick,
What is it, Hunter?
hold on. I just saw something Rick had sent me. Rick, I just sent you a message. I just saw it, so yes, you can. Give me a roll for that. Give me a larceny roll. That sounds right to me.
Larceny?
Yeah, give me a larceny roll.
And larceny is Dex and...
Dex and larceny, right? Is larceny's skill?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh god. Well, he accidentally sent it to me.
yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so that happens. We'll deal with that when it comes up. But yes, you are successful in trying what you're trying to do.
Okay.
As far as like looting the labs go, we're also, I think Dex and larceny should be the way to go. Everybody who's looting labs, give me Dex and larceny, and then because we have the plans from Von Stroheim, take a +2 to whoever's making these rolls.
Okay, and how many rolls of these can we make?
I'm gonna say we'll take 3 rolls because they were fucking around for a while, like arguing amongst themselves. So we had a while to really loot the place.
Okay, with the wild first 2.
Okay.
I am also gonna roll hard because I have no larceny.
It's the same dude who's in, so you know.
It's a huge building.
Alright, you said I'm a 3-dot retainer, right?
You are a 3-dot retainer now. Wow, I got 3 successes on my first roll. I am not gonna burn any more willpower though. So it's gonna make this roll here.
Failure.
Nothing.
One success.
Nothing. But I agree on the first roll, so.
I only have 1 success on a 3-roll. I'm terrible.
God damn.
I'm gonna burn because I haven't, so why not?
Besides your
So that gives me, yar!
So not only do you not get to upgrade your suit, but now you fucking the suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got 3.
So now you can polish your teeth and find how great you are.
So what'd you get, Rick? 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
What'd you get argument for?
I'm about to roll it right now.
Okay.
Heard about I've got 1 success on a 3-roll.
I got
Alright,
3.
so, you said, Dex and larceny? Right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that was, okay. Sorry.
It's Dex and larceny, then you add 2.
Right. Oh shit, I forgot to add that 2 to my own roll that I said to add to it. So hold on.
Oh shit, you know.
Yeah,
Now,
so
why
let
do
me
you
roll.
roll so many fucking dice?
Let me roll.
Did it
Alright,
not
so there
work?
would actually be 4 successes on the first roll.
Rolling shit.
That would be 2 successes on the second roll.
Oh.
Damn.
Wow, I got nothing added, dude. I suck.
And that's 2 successes. So I actually got 4 successes on the first roll, 2 successes on the second roll, and 2 successes on the third roll. So we actually loot that lab, even though Von Arnheim kind of sucks at looting pretty well.
That is correct. You guys managed to steal the shit out of it.
Here, let me roll because everybody rolled all at once and I figured I'd wait.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I mean, I have 4 on the first roll. Let's go.
And, yeah, wait, how many rolls?
3 rolls. 3 rolls.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yup.
So y'all was 100% in yours. I was 100% in
Dude, I rolled like shit like Von Arnheim.
We are crushing it, and you guys just had to blow up your suit.
God damn it, I keep...
Y'all are the same building. Y'all just around.
Hey, it happens, man. Sometimes the villains just decide to come in and steal some shit.
So, 1, 2,
Hey man, remember, I didn't want any part of it.
5, 6...
It worked out.
You still have to deal with the Giga Shadow, though. Like, you're only blowing up the area of the Divine Death, but we still gotta deal with the Giga Shadow.
Yeah, well, that's the problem because he's not just blowing up that chamber. As me and Jalen discussed, the shockwave will blow up miles of the fucking planet.
Yes. So.
You said 3 or 4, Hunter?
Oh, it's like almost like the stop of 10 weeks, my dude. Like, that's
Hunter, 3 or 4?
I mean, I don't think that's gonna destroy the Giga Shadow, though.
You don't know.
After that, if that can't go get his child down, what the fuck?
How many looting rolls are we doing? 3 or 4?
We're doing 3.
3.
Okay, thank you.
So you have 4 successes.
Using the pipes to destroy the Giga Shadow.
Maybe you can use the Lex to destroy the Giga Channel. Maybe you can't. You don't know. Right now you're just stealing the shit out of this place, apparently. The villains are just robbing everything while the so-called heroes are doing whatever. We don't give a fuck about this shit. We're trying to even get paid.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm in no way of doing it.
It doesn't matter. You went with the wrong group, motherfucker. You should have been with us and you instead.
Right? Then the planet would never be blown up right away.
Yeah, you fucking
It probably
asshole.
still would have, because he would have attempted on his own.
Yeah, I still do that.
I'm gonna be honest.
I would still do it. Oh, yeah.
You motherfucker.
It's the reason why I don't feel bad about it.
I got 2 more to do. I was just trying to double check. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, everybody's got so many things. Like, the title. Jesus fucking Christ, Rob. I was doing it and I had to go back because people put 30 rows in between it. I had to look at you and make sure I didn't overdo something. I have to reroll my 2 times. And that's it.
Well, they probably don't have the machine.
See, it don't even matter.
You think?
Damn.
So you got 4 on the first roll.
Then I
You
got
got 1,
7
2,
altogether.
2 on the second roll and 1 on the third, right?
Yep.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, man, especially because, like, with Brick Frost rolls, like, yeah, both of us are able to, from what I'm gathering, just loot the shit out of our respective labs.
That is correct.
Get back to the boss.
But our line finds like a lab that's
when
been
they're
like.
coming back, like from the suit fiasco.
Well, I fly because I remoted my ship to where I was.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna send you a message, Rob.
Yes. Not long, friends, like minutes.
Got it.
Yeah.
We went up steps. I instead.
You get a fucking ship. Flies
I know.
Alright, I just sent you a message, so just keep that in mind.
Wow! Oh yeah! That's quite amusing. Alright, sure. Okay. Well, you guys are rejoining back in the main chamber. You know, people are running down the hall with like a sack of loot, you know,
I
like
have
our
all my
line.
kamikaze units like running with sacks of lab loot, like filling up moths.
You see like one of them like, what's up? He just like grabs a bunch of shit, throw it in the back. Long live the Emperor!
Hey, all you see is my frame and my suit on. We gotta go. We gotta go up, brother.
What?
Honestly, my scary friend here decided to make his suit go exploding, so we can take it.
Can we undo that?
Why would you do that? They haven't done finished stealing from the place!
All the divine assassins are waking up.
You just got our chamber short! You're the worst villain ever! Like ever! You're terrible! You wouldn't even be able to join the minor league! You're terrible!
Alright. Let's get on the boss. Let's get on my boss.
There are millions of divine assassins.
You can hear, suddenly as you guys are like in the main chamber, you suddenly see like these clerics, like starting to get up, and like one of them sits up, he's like, well, this notch has been cleansed. He's like lifting a dagger up, and these guys are like zombified, like rising up with daggers and shit, looking towards.
Oh no, from the proto blood.
From the proto blood.
I think it was
I'm flying. I'm good. I'm leaving.
You notice that like as they're rising up on Arnheim is like, here's a present from Hitler, and he just dumps like 6,000 grenades, like takes his belt, like whips it onto his shit, and he's just like, fuck all of you!
start booking it to the nearest thing that I can ride on.
Yeah, we're about to be back in the Lex anyway, so I'll throw out all my stun grenades that I got.
Fuck yeah, dude. How many stun grenades you just toss them behind you? How many you got?
I got 4.
All right, you want to leave them behind in the belt, just pull all the pins and drop them behind you? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but this is how we gotta do it. Like, everyone else is running, and me and Stroheim there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like stop and be like, no, we gotta wait for the explosion. And we wait for the fire to come, and then we start running and jump.
Oh yeah, so it's more dramatic, right? Like, yeah. All right. Like an action movie. All right, dude. Rick, I'm gonna. Then how many dice? You want to kind of do this with Von Arnheim? Okay, tell me what your strength and athletics and your stun grenade roll is, and I'll just add it to Von Arnheim's, and we'll just roll this shit.
Someone's got to get it on video.
You know, like we're all throwing into one big explosive pot. Like, give it to me.
I got 13.
All right. I had a strap of 12 Stelheim grenades, plus all your stun grenades. Is it a big giant pile going up? Okay.
You know what? I'll throw last willpower at it too.
All right. Blam! Just so many of them.
9? That's not bad.
Well, I'm not done with the rerolls.
11.
Dude, so like you're throwing your grenade behind you, and Von Arnheim's like cranking his Nell grenade, throwing it in the same pile, and then you're like making that final heroic, like evil villain effort to just make sure you maximize the explosion. And then you see a giant explosion, like the clerics are walking towards it, and it blows up, and they all go flying back with shrapnel and fucking
Once
shit.
it explodes, then I dive out of the roof.
If you would, Von Arnheim dive like away from the explosion, action hero style, and blow him the fuck up.
Somebody had to get that on the security footage.
Fuck yeah, somebody better have filmed that shit.
I'm booking. No one's catching that one.
All right, dude, you notice that they seem to be stunned, but you can hear, like if you and Von Arnheim are back there, you can hear the Giga Shadow has awakened. I am the end and the beginning. And you can hear like a roar going throughout the planet.
Alright, well, we gotta go.
As the timer is just ticking off Jalen's armor, like constantly ticking off, and you guys like get into the boss. You're running back towards the boss, like Von Arnheim's throwing his loot to the boss and jumping inside, like shit. Let's go. All right, you guys are fucking starting to fly up like from the planet.
Except, what I told you about.
Jalen, you reach your trap, and you go to open the door, and it's not opening. Something's wrong. There seems to be this sticky, glue-like substance around the door handles and shit. Like you're trying to get the shit back open, but every time it opens, it's just like that cartoon thing where it just suddenly slams into the archway and closes, and you can't seem to fucking open the ship.
That's not what I did, Rob.
I thought that is what you did. Hold on.
He's just got like the control panel for his door. I just wanted to boot back on the top.
Sorry.
Oh! So he can't even open up the doors. There's a brick covering it.
He's got to get the brick out.
He's gotta get the brick off.
Dude, the brick! It's almost like Rick put the brick club on your shit. Like, you know how you have the club where it, like, hands over your driver's wheel? It's like a giant brick that's, like, preventing you from fucking opening the door. So what are you doing? You can hear the timer clicking down off your armor. What are you doing?
How many tries do I gotta take the brick out?
Well, what's the brick made out of, Rick?
It's just a regular brick.
It's just a regular brick. Alright, dude, you gotta make an attack roll. You gotta make an attack roll on it to, like, break the brick off. Get in there. The role will be strength and athletics to try to break the break.
Just don't suck.
9.
Remember though, Jalen, you're not wearing your suit. You're not wearing the suit, so you don't get that strength bonus. I'm just saying, you don't get the strength bonus from your merit. You're not wearing the suit.
Right.
Bingo.
This is terrible.
You're a fucking asshole.
Good to know you, man.